Good enough. All right.
Dude, isn't it funny? It's like a spiral. And then it's like sometimes when you help me with the issues, it's like we keep going until we get to it.
Yeah, dude, I'm glad you pointed that out, because I realized that no matter what we talk about, it's the same thing, layer by layer, going closer. Spiral dynamics. Huh. I guess there's a reason why this shell is here. All right. So, off the top of your head, if money wasn't an issue, if there was like no obstructions at all, like resources weren't an issue, you could do anything you wanted at any time, like what would you be doing with your life? There's something called the ikigai, and there's like four different prospects of it. There's that which you can give to the world. There's that which the world needs. There's the thing that you enjoy doing, and there's the thing that you can get paid for. When you can find that one thing that you can get paid for, the one that the world needs, the one that you love doing, the thing that you can't help but do, the thing that's calling to you, that's your ikigai. So
there's a couple things.
Yeah.
Part of me wants actually a lot of me wants to escape the 9 to 5. A lot of me wants to go explore the world, explore, travel. Yeah, I think so I want to build my own business and my own just just to just to be free from the rat race, and then also at the same time want to pursue a degree in economics. But
what made you choose economics? Or actually, finish your sentence before you answer that question. You wanted to pursue economics, but
I wanted to pursue economics, but part of me is feeling like I can't do it. I felt a spark when I was studying the class, or when I took the class, and just kind of seeing the science of business, because I didn't really feel in tune with being a marketer, doing I just felt more, or anything really like too technical, but I felt like I really liked economics just because like I saw how societies, how their behaviors were during um, like inflation, during how the households react, and it makes me it just makes me curious about like the policies that we we put in place for to better society for more economic growth. Um, I just like I like the I like the mindset of an economist. I like if that's the only thing that I feel I could come close to as far as being interested in business. I looked at the other avenues in business and it just didn't seem I didn't really feel a spark. When I found out about marketing, I didn't have that spark when I was doing um, multi-level marketing, being in a pyramid scheme that didn't feel right to me.
Yeah.
When I was, I don't even know if it's, I felt good speaking at some times when I used to when they um when they had me speak in front of people. It felt good in the moment, but I just want more in depth. I I crave knowing. I like pushing my mindset to certain to higher um, levels of thinking about business, and I felt economics was the only one that was challenging enough because accounting, you just have to do accounting for like businesses, and that's just like limited or marketing. It's just with economics, you don't know which way the economy is going to go, so that's kind of like the reason why I like I like that.
Okay.
It's because it's unpredictable. Um,
But what's stopping you from fully knowing, like, this is it? This is what I want?
it's stopping me because I don't know. I feel like I'm not. I don't know if my mind can. I don't know if my mind can comprehend like I don't know if it could comprehend that field or if it's capable of comprehending all of it.
Okay.
And so then I have limitations on myself. So another issue is that my I see my family just very highly educated, and it puts me in a lot of pressure. Um, and I pursued college a long time ago before, but I gave that up.
So are you pursuing college for yourself, or are you doing it for your family due to the pressure? Looks like we're going to have to do some digging first before we move upwards.
Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. Like, do you actually want to go to college, and do you want that education, or is it just the pressure from your family? Or maybe it's a bit of both. But if it is a bit of both, then what's the leverage? How much of it is your family, and how much is it yourself that wants to go to college?
I want to pursue college because I want to know. I want to push my mind and go to the hardest. I just want to reach new levels in the academic area, but I don't. I think maybe I'm placing too much pressure on myself because my family got maybe because it's an expectation that my family had like good grades and hmm, it is a little bit of both.
Mm. Maybe you can imagine this scenario, maybe you can't. But if if your family was just straight up like, Micah, do whatever you want. Like, the world is yours. You can go to college if you want. You don't have to. We don't care. If your family was not a factor, do you believe you'd still be as motivated to go back to college? Or pursue whatever it is you want to pursue?
Yeah. Hmm. I guess maybe I just don't like the expectations that my family has.
Expectations. Because if I didn't know any better, expectations from family seem very limiting. Almost like they're almost kind of like a different form of a box,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah. And I guess maybe I'm even expecting myself to be as smart as them.
Why is that important to you? To be as smart as your family?
Hmm. I don't know why.
You don't know why, but you feel the urge. How do you feel when you feel the need to be educated like your family? Or just to get the same grades, just to go in that direction? What feelings come up?
Hmm. Every time there's a feeling of embarrassment, discouragement when I'm around them because they're all knowledgeable, and I feel I feel like I have to meet expectations because I didn't go to school, and maybe and I feel a lot of pressure because I don't know if I can be I guess maybe I don't need to maybe I could go at my own pace with school and not not feel the pressure of their expectations. I don't feel like smart enough either to be pursuing school. I think that has to do with my family as well because when I see them they're all very smart and maybe I just feel like I need to. But then it's like you said, if it wasn't for my family, would I still be going to school?
I remember one time you told me a story about yourself, and this kid was talking about drawing, and he was saying like, Micah, you couldn't draw or something like, I don't remember. And then you were just so like upset with him that you practiced drawing for like an entire night and you drew something perfect, and then when he saw it, it just blew his mind. Now, if I didn't know any better, before he said that to you, was he a little bit right that you couldn't draw? But because you had so much motivation, you were able to produce that drawing?
I've always liked drawing.
Mm.
It was just always something of my interest.
No, it wasn't one of your interests. Not entirely.
No, it was.
It was?
It was something that I really liked as a kid.
Mm.
But then when he told me that his drawing will never be as good as my drawing will never be as good as his,
Oh, that's when it
that gave me that spark to prove him wrong. And maybe I'm feeling that way with my family.
Yeah. The spark to prove them wrong. To show them, hey, I can do this. But then what happens after you prove them wrong and you end up at a spot where it's just like they're satisfied? But will you be satisfied once you get there?
I guess I really, if I took my family out of the equation,
Yeah, I do wonder what your family and what your education and the expectations of your family has to do with you finding your purpose, with finding your calling, with finding the right path that you're meant to be on.
I would still pursue school, even if my family wasn't around. I just don't know why I have.
Why you have what?
I want to. I do want to make the world a better place. I do want to impact the world in a big way.
Definitely.
And I feel like college and going through business feels right to me. So far in my life.
Feels right.
Um, Maybe some of these limitations that are holding me back is probably because of my childhood, probably because of my family. And I never, um, part of me is afraid to, yeah, part of me is afraid that I won't be able to get my degree, get my bachelor's.
What would stop you from getting your bachelor's?
I just don't, like I said, like I think my childhood put this inside me, but I just don't feel like I'm smart enough.
You don't feel like you're smart enough. Why's that? What what happened in your childhood that caused you to believe that you're not smart enough?
My grades. I was never a straight A student.
Oh, so you have to be a straight A student to be smart?
No?
So you didn't get all A's. You weren't a straight A student. Man. So if you don't get straight A's, that means you don't have what it takes.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me more about that.
Maybe I wasn't able to get things like the other kids would.
Get things like the other kids would?
Mm-hmm.
What things couldn't you get that they were getting?
Just like things in class. The learning. I don't know why I couldn't. Why am I don't know, maybe these.
You know, I'm curious. You weren't a straight A student, but did you ever get A's on anything? Or any classes? And if so, what were the things that you got A's on? And what were the things that you succeeded on? What were the things that you were good at that the other kids weren't? In terms of schooling or grades, maybe even sports.
I guess maybe. Hmm. Oh. I did get A's in when I was when I guess there wasn't really anything of interest. There was nothing that captivated me as a child except for there's some arts that I liked. There was some PE I liked.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and when I went to the community college, I got A's there too.
In what classes?
I got it in English. I got it in theater. I got it. Then so maybe it is possible for me to get A's.
Yeah.
Maybe it is possible for me to get my bachelor's.
Because as a kid, there's a bunch of shit going on in your life. Like, you're not, like, purpose. Do kids think about purpose? No, they're just fucking
don't.
around. And they're just like, they're going, and kids, they're just going through all these hormonal changes as well. Not only that, it's just like, do you think kids understand their own emotions and their own talents
No,
and what they bring to the table?
no.
And back then, you didn't know that, but now, do you do you think you have a deeper understanding of who you are and your strengths and your abilities and what you're capable of compared to when you were a child?
Yeah,
And do you think that you have the ability to get more in tune with your own capabilities, with your own strengths, and your own and the things that you bring to the table that other people can't?
mm-hmm.
Because if there's one thing I know about you, you're pretty damn good at reading people's emotions. You know,
Mm-hmm.
some people might say, "Oh, that's good for psychology or whatever," but outside of psychology, it's applied. Like, you're out there and you're reading people, and you're just like, okay, this girl wants it. Watch this, and then you go up and you get her number, and then I'm just like, what the fuck? How'd you do that? Or just because that's an intelligence, you know.
And maybe that's why I like. Maybe that's why I like. I think maybe that's why I like economics is because I get to look at everybody's behavior
Mm.
from a from a place of I get to see it in a much grander scale because I see everything from like the whole economy, and not just that. I see everybody like I look at other countries and I see how they behave on a micro level. When I was doing pickup, I liked seeing that. I liked seeing how people. I liked seeing the interactions. I liked how they behaved. I liked trying to figure out what made them do their actions. And from economics, you can see it.
You can see a lot of things when
You
you're
can see
up
a
there.
lot of things.
And in terms of pickup,
It doesn't
go on.
make sense to me though why I can't picture myself getting my bachelor's degree. It seems impossible, or getting my master's, or even thinking of a PhD degree in that field. It seems like it's impossible, and I feel like my brain isn't. I don't know why. I feel like my brain isn't capable of handling that type of stress, mental stress.
What makes it so mentally stressful?
I
Economics.
guess maybe the time I have, the time to put into it, the the math. It's not to say I'm not good at math. Maybe it's all the learning at once. My job, I feel like there's a lot of barriers between me and pursuing my degree.
hypothetically speaking, um, if you were to take like one class a year and you had all the money in the world and you can just do whatever you want, but it's just one class a year and that's just that one class you focus on and it's really slow, do you think that's achievable?
Yeah, I feel like if I never went back to work and I pursued school, I feel like I could. I feel like I would be able to invest all my time into my degree.
Yeah. And
Why is
does it still seem impossible? Like even though it's kind of ridiculous just to take one class a year, that would take so long, but
no? That feels like that's so easy.
easy.
Yeah.
And like, so how does getting a bachelor's seem like if you were just do one class a year? Is it still impossible?
No, it's
No, it's
super easy.
just going to take long. So then I have to ask you, is it a matter of it being hard or is it a matter of time and allocation
Both
of energy?
time, because I feel like I'm getting older,
Oh, you're getting older.
and work, because that takes up most of my time.
Hmm.
And if I had all the time in the world, man, I'd be able to get that bachelor's degree. Why is time such a factor?
Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Why is time such a factor? What is it about time? That makes pursuing this degree. Shit, dude. Whoever just got capped completely ran out of time. but, but you have time.
Is it crazy to think that create, maybe I can dive into a reality where I can somehow get the money, where the money can be. What if the.
You're Filipino. There's weird scholarships out there. A lot of weird scholarships and a lot of weird programs where you can just work and then they'll pay for your schooling. And there's multiple different schools with different programs and stuff like that'll allow you to work, but they'll also get your credits. I don't know where they exist, but I know that they're out there. And if you truly want something, you're going to attract it. You're going to find it. It's going to show up on your doorstep one day and you're going to go, wow, all I needed to do was want it enough.
What if. What if the universe could give me that? What if it can just tell me like, hey, I can give you this reality where you can pursue your degree in this if you want, if that's your desire, why can't you achieve that? Or like why can't I be in a place where my money, where schooling is paid for? Can it be from like a business that I can create or why do I procrastinate though too? I feel like there's so much. Like
Economics. What do you plan to do with economics?
this is another limiting belief. I would like to work for the government, or I'd like to be the chairman.
Actually, I have a question for you, actually. Um, you wanted to become a dating coach at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What made you not want to pursue that anymore? Or opening up your own strip club, your own strip club bar, or like,
I guess once my knowledge was capped, once I knew everything there was to know about it, it didn't interest me anymore.
oh,
And I
interesting.
wanted something. I was hungry for more knowledge. I was hungry for something that was more that was more challenging to my mind. Something, and then that dove me into. I like complex things,
Mm.
things that aren't so easily able to figure out.
Complex things that are not easy to figure out.
Mm-hmm.
What's also pretty complex and not easy to figure out is why you do procrastinate. Because what I found is when you want something enough, the time is made for it. It's just like you can't help but do it. In fact, things start to get pushed to the side and you're not really thinking about how to organize. It's just like,
Mm-hmm.
I need more of this. I need more of this. I must do this.
Yeah, it comes down to the fear of not. I don't know why I'm like. There's just certain. I don't know why I put these limitations on myself though. Like I want the challenge, but then at the same time, it's like, can my brain or my mind really go to those depths?
Can it go to those depths? Hmm. But if you were given the chance of like just doing one class a year and you had all the money and time in the world, how does the perspective of going to those depths affect you now? There you go.
Hmm. It's easy. I guess it could be easy.
Hmm. It's easier.
I guess maybe I don't always have to view these as hard.
With all of your pickup knowledge and all the game and all of that stuff, did you just do that overnight and was it just like that?
No.
How did you get there? Because there's people who would look at you and they'd go, I could never get there. My mind could never think like that.
Hmm.
But if you were to walk them through step by step, Do you think they could actually get to somewhere pretty decent where they're
Mhm.
happy?
Yeah.
And if you had someone more knowledgeable and experienced guiding them through that as well, do you think they could get there even faster with someone helping them out?
Mhm.
And do they have to go on that journey alone? No, they don't. They can always, those, they might have you as a mentor, you as to guide them.
Yeah. Not alone.
You're not. You're not alone. And it doesn't all have to be done at once. And you are getting older. But would you rather pile everything on at once and then like get so overwhelmed by the weight of everything to the point where it just feels like you just can't take in that information at once? Or find the perfect pace, the perfect balance to where you can go, hey, wait a second, this is challenging, but it's actually just enough. And if my family says anything about my pacing, they criticize my pacing, say anything about my pacing of getting things done, it's whatever. Because no matter what they do, after all of that, then there's nothing. How are you feeling right now?
Feeling, trying to, feeling that I'm having the feeling that it's possible, and that all those challenging times of game, my childhood experiences, that it can be achievable. There are going to be some bumps in the road. The path isn't always straight, but you can get to the destination.
The path isn't always straight. Sometimes there's rocks in the path. And if you were looking at a mountain and your friend said, hey, let's just sprint up all the way to the top, let's not even stop. It's like, no, fuck you. I want to stop. I want to enjoy the view along the way. I want to take my time. I need to go at my own pace. I'm going to die if I run all the way to the top at once.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. The path isn't straight.
Yeah.
And maybe your friend's like climbing these rocks and going up these steep rocks and you're just like, wait, no, I don't want to climb that. I need to actually stay on the path. I need to take my own pace, stay on the path, eventually reach the top. Whatever that pace may be.
All right, bro. I'm feeling good now.
Feeling good?
Yeah.
You're feeling good about pursuing economics?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. How do you know?
It's possible. Even going on this little hike kind of puts things into perspective too. It's like the hike isn't always easy. Yeah, you have to go, like you said, over the rocks. You have to make some changes. Maybe if there's another trail, take that trail.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it leads. Yeah, it's possible.
Yep. And there's also people who have made it before you, so you don't have to figure the entire thing out for yourself.
Yeah,
And
the
there's
path
people,
is already laid out.
and you're not alone.
You do just follow the path,
Mm-hmm.
but just know that there's rocks and bumps in the path.
Yeah. And there's people who've been to the top who are willing to guide you to the top as well. Okay. So what are you gonna do if your family's just like, Micah, how come you don't have your master's yet? It's been 2 weeks. No, it's been 1 year and you don't have your PhD? Look at all of us. Every single one of us has our PhDick, and you only have man. You're at community college?
No, at the university.
You're at university now?
Mm-hmm.
ASU?
Mm-hmm.
When did this? Oh wait, you told me, but I.
Yeah, I'm in the earned admissions program now.
Dude, that's sick.
Yeah, dude.
No, you did tell me. Yeah. Oh my God, how did I forget that? Dude, wow, that's amazing.
Here, bro, don't forget this.
Thanks. But what is it? Yeah, what are you gonna do if they're just like that? They're like Micah, we expect that in 2 years you have your bachelor's. Actually, that's the common thing, right? But what are you gonna do if they're like, we expect in 2 years? It has to be 2 years. And you better not take any longer. Because look at us, look at what we've done.
I'm happy with my pace. Maybe this was meant to be. Maybe I was supposed to. Maybe this is the path. Maybe that was supposed to happen. Maybe my path is different. It's not true. Maybe it's different than the others.
That's right. Because some people don't even like going on paths. Some people want to climb the rocks to get to the top. Some people rather just lay out the path that's already out there. And just because some people cut corners on the path doesn't mean you have to.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You're at a family party, and your I don't know, your aunts and uncles are there, and they're like, Micah, well, how's school going? And then you're like, good, and they're like, oh, where's it? Like how far along are you with your admissions or whatever? And you're like, oh, I'm this far, and then they go, oh, man, I thought you would have had your degree by now.
Yeah. I'm not fulfilling anybody's expectations.
You've been in school for a long time, Micah. Yeah. I mean, I love you, Micah, but I thought you'd be done by now.
Their expectations don't matter.
Their expectations don't matter. Cool. All right. I think we're good. It's getting a bit cold too.
Yeah.
Good.
That was good, bro.
Good. I'm glad I could help out.